Here at 6 o'clock, I'm Denise Valdez.
I'm Brian Loftus. A family says something crashed into their backyard, prompting them to call 911, saying they saw creatures walking around.
Our 8 News Now investigators digging into this for weeks now. And tonight, our David Charnes with the video you will only see on 8 News Now. David?
Right, Denise, sources telling the 8 News Now investigators that several agencies believe something landed or crashed. Whether it was non-humans or not, it certainly scared the people living on this property. Now, before we show you that video, listen to their call for help.
It was supposed to be just another night in Las Vegas, April 30th, 2023. Clear skies, perfect visibility, but at 11:50 p.m., something streaked across the Nevada desert that would change one family's life forever. Tonight, we investigate what happened in the Northwest Las Vegas backyard. A case that involved police body cameras, FBI investigations, and claims that have divided experts for over a year. This is the story of the Kenmore family encounter and the question that still haunts investigators. What did they really see that night? Our story begins 35 minutes before that terrifying 911 call. At exactly 11:50 p.m. Pacific time, a Las Vegas Metro police officer responding to an unrelated call near a Target store had his body camera running when something extraordinary happened. A brilliant green streak lit up the Nevada sky, so bright it was captured on his equipment from miles away.
Well, Brian, Denise, this is new video of that same streak that prompted that now viral 911 call. The 8 News Now investigators confirming Metro set up cameras at this family's home due to their concerns for their safety. That is according to a spokesperson. Today, a scientist told me these two events likely unrelated.
This wasn't just any light. The American Meteor Society logged it as event number 2408. 23 witnesses from California to Utah reported seeing this otherworldly green glow streak across 4 states. NASA would later classify it as a meteor, less than 1 meter in size, burning up hundreds of miles from Las Vegas. But in the Northwest Valley, about 80 miles from the infamous Area 51, 16-year-old Angel Kenmore was outside working on a truck when he saw that green light fall. What Angel claimed happened next defies explanation. He says there was a large impact in their backyard, followed by a strange energy that washed over him. And then Angel describes staring at a creature, tall, thin, with large, shiny eyes, standing in his family's backyard.
So this is what happens to me. Keep in mind, this is midnight and I'm fixing a truck in my backyard. At this point, I'm only with my brother and I hear something fall from the sky. I turn around, the only thing I see is a big light falling from the sky, and moments after, I feel a big impact and a bang, sort of like a big impact fall. And me and my brother looked at each other and we were scared, but when the impact happened, it was sort of like a shockwave. Like an out-of-body experience. So to say, when I tried to look at the object, it was all blurry, not my vision, but only the backyard area. And I hear thousands of footsteps around me, and maybe a couple seconds later, the blurriness was gone. And here's the...
For 30 seconds, he couldn't move, couldn't run. Only through prayer, he says, was he able to break free and run to get his father. This is where our story takes a turn that even seasoned investigators find hard to dismiss. At 12:25 a.m. on May 1st, 2023, the call came through to the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Dispatch. The dispatcher, trained to handle all manner of emergency calls in Las Vegas, maintained professional composure. But this wasn't a prank call. In Nevada, making a false 911 report is a Category E felony, punishable by 1 to 4 years in prison. Angel described hearing loud, deep breathing from one of the creatures, watching as its stomach kept moving and sensing that it was pissed off, like it wanted to do something to him. The call.
There's like an 8-foot person beside it, and another one's inside, and it has big eyes and it's looking at us, and it's still there.
Okay, where is this on your property?
In my backyard. I swear to God, this is not a joke. This is actually, we verify it.
So there's 2 people or 2 subjects that are in your backyard?
Correct, and they're very large. They're like 8 foot, 9 feet, 10 foot. I don't know. They look like aliens to us. Big eyes. They have big eyes, like I can't explain it, and big mouth. They're shiny eyes, and they're not human. They're 100% they're not human.
Okay.
The call was officially logged at 12:29 a.m., classified as a suspicious situation, not a hoax. Sources close to the investigation would later confirm that police did not believe the call was fabricated. But the real test was about to come. 2 Las Vegas Metro officers were dispatched to investigate what would become one of the most unusual police responses in department history.
That's the apparent sound of a crash captured by a Las Vegas Ring camera just before midnight on May 1st, the day a local family says they saw non-human creatures in their backyard but didn't film them. The body cam of a Metro police officer captured a greenish object falling from the sky moments before receiving a 911 call from that family. Drone video shows where that object supposedly landed in the family's front yard. As of now, Metro Police still are not saying much, but the family says they saw a government vehicle in the neighborhood days after.
2 officers arrived at the Kenmore residence approximately 38 minutes after the 911 call, their body cameras recording every moment. What they found was a family visibly shaken but coherent. Angel, his father Bobby, and brother Joshua all told the same story. Tall, thin creatures with large eyes had been in their backyard following what appeared to be a crash or landing. The officers conducted a thorough search with flashlights. No crashed object, no beings. But there was something that caught their attention, a large circular impression in the dirt, approximately 25 feet in diameter. The officers took photographs and documented the scene. But here's where the story gets complicated. Later, investigations would reveal that Google Earth historical imagery showed a similar circular pattern at the same location dating back at least a year before the incident. Had the circle always been there? Was it enlarged or deepened by whatever happened that night? Or was the discovery evidence that the family had fabricated their story around a pre-existing ground feature? The family insisted the circle was new, or at least dramatically changed, but without before and after photographs from the exact same angle, the claim couldn't be definitively proven. What happened next turned a local incident into an international phenomenon. In June 2023, Angel posted a YouTube video about their encounter. Within days, it had over 1 million views. The combination of police body camera footage, authenticated 911 calls, and the family's apparent credibility created perfect conditions for viral spread. But fame came with a price. The family reported receiving numerous threats from skeptics who accused them of perpetrating a hoax. Social media became a battlefield between believers and debunkers. The family's rejection of monetization opportunities, no book deals, no documentary, no paid appearances became a key point for those arguing their credibility. But the real investigation was just beginning. Enter Scott Roeder, a crime scene reconstruction expert with credentials, including testimony in the Oscar Petraeus murder trial.
Camera's
Rotor
ability
brought-
to capture the image. You know, we're going to get a lot of debunkers out there saying, well, how do we know that the original video doesn't have a foreign artifact in it? So my question to you, as an expert in the field of computer animation, video editing, video analysis, what have you been able to determine with regard to the original video and whether or not this thing that we see here, this entity? So my question to you is, how can we be so sure that the original video does not have any artifacts in it adding in these beings?
The key point to notice this it's the lighting, like I said before in a previous meeting. So you can be sure that there is something in the video, because normally when we do digital compositing, there is a way or path that normally you can see in the pixels, because as you know, at the moment to add other elements, make some overlays at the moment to create the compositing, you can see the different and the pixelization and the pixels. But this video has not been altered in any way. It's a original source. It's a original video. After a review several times and use a special software to track all this vector motion, I noticed that the shadow that you can see over the fence in reality it's in the video, and you see it matches perfectly the motion of the shadow behind.
Yes, it does.
See this little square here. It represents the motion of the foot, the leg.
That is so convincing to me. The motion of the leg, and keep going like this is so critical, because you can clearly see through the slots in the fence that there is a leg motion moving from the right to the left side of the screen, and clearly it is behind there. So this isn't just like a head floating in space. This is a head of that is somehow that does not have full opacity. I think you previously determined.
Rotor brought forensic analysis techniques typically reserved for homicide investigations to bear on the Kenmore family video. Using motion tracking software and frame-by-frame analysis, he spent months examining the footage. His conclusion sent shockwaves through both believer and skeptic communities. But Rotor went further. He claimed to identify two beings in the footage, describing smoke around the figures that he interpreted as some sort of cloaking device. The skeptics responded forcefully. Ben Hansen, a former FBI agent and host of the UFO Witness podcast, examined the same footage and reached the opposite conclusion. By April 2024, on the first anniversary of the encounter, something remarkable happened. Angel's story evolved. The transformation from alien encounter to demonic haunting reflected either an evolving understanding of a traumatic experience or, as skeptics argued, an attempt to maintain relevance as public interest waned. Angel described ongoing paranormal activity, floating upside-down crosses, Bible pages turning without wind, religious artifacts being mysteriously moved. The family announced plans to move away from the house, unable to escape either the supernatural occurrences. The case was officially closed by the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, classified as unfounded after finding no concrete evidence. Yet sources maintain that police never believed it was a hoax. So what really happened in that Las Vegas backyard on April the 30th.
News Now investigators confirming Metro set up cameras at this family's home due to their concerns for their safety. That is according to a spokesperson. Today, a scientist told me these two events likely unrelated.
They got some really nice footage on that.
New video shared with the 8 News Now investigators shows something streaking through the sky on April 30th.
Oh, I'm so nervous right now. I have butterflies, bro. Everyone saw a shooting star, then these people say there's aliens in their backyard.
The fireball sparked a call to 911 about aliens in a Northwest Valley backyard and this response from Metro Police. What did you see in that video?
When we do get a good fireball like that, oh, it excites the scientists so much.
Andrew Kerr is the planetarium manager at the College of Southern Nevada. He says there's no doubt that streak in the sky, seen from California to Utah, was a rock.
It was almost assuredly a meteor. We're probably talking based on...
The evidence presents us with competing narratives. We have police body camera footage of an actual meteor, authenticated video from the family, consistent witness testimony across multiple interviews, forensic analysis by a credentialed expert, a circular ground impression with disputed origins, and a family whose lives were fundamentally altered. NASA confirmed the meteor was real, but stated definitively that nothing from that meteor could have landed in the Kenmore backyard. The object was too small and burned up, too high in the atmosphere. The 35-minute gap between the meteor sighting and the 911 call raises questions. Did the family observe the meteor and construct an elaborate hoax in a half an hour? Or did something genuinely, anonymously occur in their backyard, triggered by or coincident with the meteor event? Crime scene expert Scott Roeder stands by his analysis, challenging skeptics to disprove his findings using the same footage and forensic methodologies. Former FBI agent Ben Hansen maintains his position that the evidence can be explained through conventional means. The truth, as Angel Kenmore himself acknowledged, may be unknowable. Only God knows what really happened that night. The Kenmore family's encounter occurred at a pivotal moment in American UFO disclosure, just weeks before whistleblower David Grush would testify before Congress about alleged government programs recovering non-human biologics from crash sites.
If you believe we have crashed craft, stated earlier, do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries. Yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
And was this documentary evidence, this video, photos, eyewitness? Like, how would that be determined?
The specific documentation I would have to talk to you.
Whether they encountered extraterrestrial beings, interdimensional entities, demonic forces, or experienced a shared psychological event triggered by a meteor sighting, their lives were fundamentally altered. The threats, the trespassing, the media scrutiny, and the ongoing paranormal claims paint a picture of a family struggling to process and understand an experience that defies conventional explanation. Today, the Kenmore family has moved away from the house where it all began. Angel, now older and more cautious about public attention, rarely discusses the encounter that made him internationally famous. The circular impression in their former backyard has been covered over by new landscaping. The Google Earth imagery that sparked controversy about pre-existing marks has been updated with newer satellite photos. But the question remains, what fell from the sky that night? What did this family encounter in their backyard? And why, in an age of smartphones and security cameras, do we still find ourselves asking whether we're alone? The case files on the Kenmore encounter remain open, not in any official capacity, but in the court of public opinion, where believers and skeptics continue to examine every frame of video, every word of testimony, searching for the truth in a story that challenges our understanding of what's possible. If you have any information about this case or similar encounters, contact us and leave a comment if you would like, and we'll be glad to get back in touch with you. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Also, for more stories like this, check out my book, The Alien Crime Files, available on Amazon. I'm your host, Matt Cochran, and this is Murder and Coffee.